Hello guys, welcome back with me. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. The basics of maritime law. Maritime law is derived from many sources. Federal status and general maritime law being two of the most prominent. These sources provide some of the maritime doctrines that are commonly used in cases involving vessels and their passengers and crew. Maritime law sets forth many of the basic legal tenets associated with the sea and seamen, including seamen rights to maintenance and cure. Maintenance and cure are benefits that an injured seaman receives from an employer during the course of recovery. Maintenance includes such expenses as the seaman's rent or mortgage, utilities, property taxes, owner's insurance, and food. Cure is similar to workers' compensation benefits for land-based employers. It covers costs related to medical treatment for the work-related injury. A seaman is someone who has a captain or crew member aboard a vessel in navigation. Also, similar to workers' compensation, maintenance and cure does not require that the seaman prove any fault for their injury. The employer is required to pay. The Jones Act. The Jones Act is a federal law that gives seamen a statutory right to sue their employer for personal injury damage. However, a seaman must spend at least 30% of their time working on a vessel to qualify for the Jones Act. Not only does the Jones Act provide the seaman a statutory right to sue their employer, it also eases the burden of proof needed to prove causation between the employer's negligence and the seaman's injury. Under the Jones Act, the employer's negligence only needs to play a part in the seaman's injury rather than being a proximate cause. The Jones Act also incorporates aspects of the Federal Employment Liability Act. In particular, claims filed in a state court under the Jones Act are not removable to federal court. The Death on High Seas Act. When the death of an individual is caused by a wrongful act or neglect occurring on the high seas, the Death on High Seas Act guarantees that a personal representative of the descendant can bring a claim. The Saving to Suitor Clause. Federal law establishes exclusive jurisdiction for admiralty and maritime cases in the federal district courts absent any language indicating the contrary within a statutorily created right, such as the Jones Act. However, the Saving to Suitors Clause reserves any non-admiralty remedies that may be available to an individual. An example of an admiralty remedy is the suit in which the claim is brought against the ship. Longshore and Harbor Workers' Compensation Act. Federal law created certain statutory rights for employees who are not necessarily seamen but nonetheless work on harbors as vessels that are under repair or being built. This law covers longshore workers, ship repairs, shipbuilders or shipwreckers, and harbor construction workers. Moreover, the injuries must occur on navigable waters or an adjoining area, such as a dock. This law provides for the payment of compensation and medical care for an individual injured while on the job or survivor benefits. The Outer Continental Shelf Lands Act extends the Longshore and Harbor Workers' Compensation Act to employees engaged in offshore drilling on the outer continental shelf. Jurisdiction in maritime law cases. In the U.S., jurisdiction over monthly law matters was originally given to the federal courts. However, today most monthly cases can be heard by both state and federal courts under the saving procedures clause in Title 28 of the United States Code. The expectation to this is any matter involving maritime property, those cases may only be tried in federal court. If a state court presides over a monthly case, the court is required to apply a monthly or maritime law rather than its state law. How does maritime law provide for horseworthy? Without maritime law, injured seamen would be left on their own to contract the suffering they sustained while working. Anytime a ship employee becomes injured or sick, the vessel owner is required to reimburse their losses. Maritime law refers to this reimbursement as maintenance and cure, meaning that until the seaman fully recovers, the employer must provide for their affliction. The court views this obligation as an unquestionable duty that the ship owner owes any seaman aboard their vessel. Seamen are also eligible to recover full wages for the length of the voyage during which they sustained injuries or illness. An employment contract may dictate the amount of the unearned wages a seaman can receive. Maintenance and cure refer to the benefits a seaman is entitled to until he or she recovers and is fit for duty. However, there is a maximum medical improvement (MMI) limit that can control the amount of compensation received. Because many ship owners are loath to pay the highest amount possible, they either follow all rates from $15 to $35 a day or regulate cure benefits by hand-picking covered medical treatments. The U.S. Supreme Court states the duty is to provide maintenance and cure must be broad and inclusive. In the case of compensation, the seaman is almost always favored when skepticism is involved. Maybe that's all from me. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.